Good evening, Speed Gaming. This is Siberian Bull 9 with the Mega Man 2 Randomizer Tournament Grand Finals. Our runners this evening is Prodigy versus LVCreed. LVCreed has made it through the losers bracket, where Prodigy had gone through the winners bracket, and we are finally at the end of this whole shindig for 2022. So if everyone's excited to get started, I'm going to get started. I'm going to release the dogs, and we're going to get off and running. Alright, they've been given the green light, and both our runners will be off shortly. So yeah, we got ourselves a grand finals here of grand finals, with Prodigy being a two-time winner and LVCreed being a learned veteran of the Mega Man community in general. So it's gonna be an interesting set. Let's see. Our first set, I believe, is 80% revealed. I actually did not pay attention to any of what our yeah, 80% normal. So yeah, it looks like both our runners are gonna pick Quickman as their first seed. As yeah, this is gonna be a best of 5. So the winner, it's gonna be the first to 3 wins. There will not be an extra race after this between these two runners. If Prodigy doesn't win 3 and Creed wins 3, this is it. It'll be Creed's championship to walk home with. But yeah, so both runners have decided to go with Quickman stage first, where they can get their E-Tank quickly. LVCreed rocking the Mega Ran Sprite. Prodigy going with Classic Mega. As we got ourselves some rabbits in the quick shaft and some birds that are deleting the crushers, as the birds tend to do. And down the quick shaft we go. And I thought, oh no, Creed got hit by the lasers. That's a rough start right there. Gonna have to do it again. Meanwhile, Prodigy is making their way down the quick shaft. Rough start already. Hopefully Creed can pull through. Wait for the PP that time. I wonder if getting hit by the PP on his way down that initial corridor is what screwed him up. That's what I'm starting to think here. But Prodigy is in the quick door, and we're going to find out who our first robot master is of this matchup. And we got ourselves a Woodman in Quick Room, and he is Buster Soft, so that'll be a quick kill for Prodigy, as Creed is making their way towards the boss door themselves. And Prodigy's going to move on to Flashman stage. So yeah, both our runners are sticking with going with what is generally considered the norm as far as, Robot Master orders when it comes to this randomizer, going to the easier stages, possibly 4 easy energy tanks to use. Let's see if Prodigy checks the wall weakness and get those. Yep, there we go. So, gonna have to find out what the wall weakness is, crash wall weakness is later. So, Creed right behind him in Flashman stage. So, it'll be interesting to see where they go after this. We did not get any items from Quickman stage. Oh, Prodigy checking Metal Blade on the walls and finding out a weakness for them. So that'll be information he'll be using later when we get the Boo Beam. So advantage Prodigy on that front. But that is a terrible Metal Blade. I don't know if it's mashable. It doesn't look... Aside from it being slow, I don't think that thing's mashable, and I don't think that's energy conscious either. It's just fine. It's just not mashable, and it's slow. So, at least horizontally. Sometimes the randomizer will make the Metal Blade vertically fast, and we're gonna go for the soft lock for Bubble. Yep, and we're gonna stun lock him right there on the top ledge because Bubbleman is horizontally challenged. He won't move unless you're standing within his horizontal plane, and that's a quick, easy win for Prodigy on Bubbleman. LVCreed looks like he's gonna try and do the same, but he's gonna try and do Metal Blade, but he's gonna find out the Buster was a better choice, so that Bubbleman is gonna move. As Prodigy moves on to Bubbleman's stage. Still no items yet. Let's see where Creed goes. Creed's also going to go into Bubble stage next. Prodigy going to set up for the Buster only zip here for Bubble. Let's see if he gets in nice and tight. Yep, there we go. So we got ourselves some prop tops in the latter half of the stage here. And tin can, one-shot tin cans, like seeing those. Creed, despite the death to Quickman, still on Prodigy's tail, but the skill of these two runners, any mistake could be detrimental for the entirety of the seed, as Prodigy finds ourselves a waterlogged Crashman who is a jumpy boy and is also Buster susceptible. Only 4 of the Robot Masters are going to be Buster susceptible, and we found 3 of them already with Wood, Bubble, and Crash. And there goes Crashman. And we're going to move on to Airman stage next. Still no items yet in this seed, as we are in the lemon skies. Usually there's a saying in the Mega Man 2 Randomizer community, if the skies are yellow, expect trouble, to say the least. As right now, it looks like the first half of this stage is going to be rather tame with those Lightning Lords and those Batantons. So, you know what? Walk this way, sir, as Creed follows right behind in Airman stage, making it look easy. We got Joes and Frogs. How about the latter half? Trying to get... That Met's always troubled. And there we go, into the abyss. As Creed will be taking, you know, I'm not gonna say taking a lead, but you know the checkpoint's right there. So you know what, it's not much of a lead, but you know what, we're gonna be seeing our runners pretty much neck and neck now through the latter half of this stage, as Creed is doing a little weapon hunting to see if he can make some of these enemies disappear quicker. Looks like he found Leaf Shield for the crabs, as did Prodigy. Think that good? Okay, yeah, there we go. So I was actually a little worried there. It's like, ooh, Creed could have easily been sent into the pit below with that Leaf Shield, but he wasn't. As we find Airman in Airman's room, who's not Buster susceptible, but let's see if he's going to be a bro to our runners. Nope, normal Airman. He's done. Prodigy also takes him down. Do we get an item this time? We get item 2, so vanilla, folks. As we get item 2 out of Airman stage, looks like Creed's going to head off into Crash stage. Prodigy is going to go into Metal stage next. So Creed is going to most likely use that item 2 to jump on and use as a platform to get through the elevator screen next. And we got Buster susceptible Shotman, which is definitely something I don't like seeing. As we got moles in relatively vanilla location. Oh, and Prodigy gets knocked into the pit by a mole! But that's at the beginning of the Metal stage, so it's not too bad. I didn't see what happened to Creed there. Oh, he's trying to do the Buster only zip for Crash Band stage. And he doesn't get it there either. He's gonna try it one more time. Right now, this is gonna cost him time, as Prodigy is getting beaten up by these moles in metal stage. He's got 3 juice boxes. Let's see if, yep, there he goes, takes one. Looks like Prodigy, yeah, looks like Creed got the Buster Only Zip in Crash Band stage. So he's going to be able to skip the elevator section coming up in a few screens here. As Prodigy is now at the halfway point of metal stage, but how much time that's taken from Creed, I don't know. But Prodigy may have gained a bit of time on Creed because of Creed taking the time to do that zip. As there we go, Creed using the item 2 as a platform to make it up the crash climb here a little bit quicker. And it looks like we got frogs. Frogs do not care for your metal blades, Creed. Let's see who's in the Metal Man room, and it's the Zippo himself, who is our 4th Buster Susceptible Robot Master on the conveyor belt, which is fine because you can actually manipulate how the Zippo Heatman works on the belt, as Creed is going to take the left side of the crash climb, which I don't disagree with, because he wants to get that E-Tank. So he forgot where his item 2 is. Meanwhile, Prodigy did get item 1 out of Metal Man stage and is on his way onto Woodman stage. Creed gonna pick up the extra man as a bit of safety. Oh no, he misses! He missed his item 2 there. I understand why you would want to do that to make that climb a little faster, but it cost him a bit. He's gonna enter the Crash Band door here a bit, as Prodigy is making their way through Woodman stage here. We're gonna probably see what that item 1 looks like here in a bit from Prodigy, and see if it's good enough for the Woodman Zip, as Creed does some soul searching with these weapons to see if anything is good for Quickman. Finds metal. Yep, I think metal's the option here. But again, it is not a mashable metal, but he takes him down all the same. So let's see if Prodigy is going to get this. No, he's just gonna just gonna take the walk. I don't blame him. That item 1 is slow, and I don't think that's good for zipping. So we won't be seeing the Goodwood zip on Prodigy's side. But Creed does have item 3, so we might see it from him, as he is also now going to take a walk in the woods. So we know where all our items is. Creed has Metal Man stage on his still to go, and that's probably where he's going to head off to next, and he'll be happy to see item 1 there. Prodigy picking up an extra big energy there. I believe Prodigy still has 2 E-Tanks on hand, and I believe Creed has a full complement of energy tanks. Alright, Prodigy entering the Woodman boss corridor. And we're going to find out who's in Woodman's room, and we got ourselves a Flashman. Let's see what kind of jumps he's going to give us. Oh, those are some good jumps. So good quick jumps. High enough that you can walk underneath him and just do this little tennis practice with him. Boom, down goes Flashman. Let's see. Yep, Creed looks like he's got the good wood zip. He's going to catch up a little bit on Prodigy here, as he's going to get it now. There we go. As Prodigy heads off into Crashman's stage, we do know this is where our item 3 is, so he'll be slightly glad to see that. as Creed is about to take on this. Oh, geez, just try to get rid of that Tauntaun so I can use item 1 here. There we go. I think Creed was trying to find the a quick way to beat this Flashman as he's doing some weakness hunting. As Prodigy gets the crash zip, down goes Flashman for Creed in Woodman's room. He's probably going to head off to Metal Man next before heading on to Heat Man. Well, no, proving me entirely wrong. I'm a liar, folks. So I don't blame him. He still has item 3, he still has item 2. He can do both zips just fine. He just won't be doing the randomizer exclusive Heatman zip, which you need item 1 for. And oh, we got some fan fiends in the Heatman stage, in the first section of the Heatman stage, blowing some hot air. So this could be troublesome. And that's probably the dangerous jump right there with no fan fiend there. Creed still should take a bit of care just in case. Yep, there we go. As we got birds also dropping their eggs here. Creed wisely waiting for the second bird, the bird to come through to drop his bit of children. Missing the item 3 there, but that's okay. I'm gonna wait just a bit. There we go. As Prodigy foregoes the E-Tank there. Gonna pick up that item 3 one more time. As we go in. Okay, so we got ourselves a quick man and crash room, as we know. Creed making their way quickly through the Heatman long corridor, avoiding all the Yokus, as we're going to find out who is in the Heatman's room in just a moment, as our runners are pretty much neck and neck. Prodigy still has the length of Heatman stage to go, but Creed does have the shorter of the 2 stages with Metal Man next. And it looks like Creed's gonna do some more weakness hunting. He finds Bubble, these Kobe Bryant shots of Bubble Man, and and Prodigy finding out about the fan feeds, taking the game over, which is fine, but you know, a little bit deceptive for that black back screen. But Creed is about to take on the Metal Sage next. Let's see if he picks up that last E-Tank. Yep, there we go. And he's gonna find out about these moles in a moment. Prodigy had some trouble with them earlier. I don't think that the tank up. They are one hit killers with a. And the same thing happened to Prodigy too. Same spot, different enemy. So Creed takes a trip into the pit, reset, and has to reset the area. Prodigy trying to get over this fan fiend. There we go. Places an item 1 on him, pretty much. Creed taking D-boost off the mole so he can make it through that area right there. Got one more tint can to get through. There we go. So Prodigy, I think, is going to pick up a little bit more steam now, heading into Wily stages with that death for Creed, as he's pretty much got the rest of the hallway here in a Robot Master, where Creed still has to go through the last middle hallway. So Prodigy's going to be ahead going into Wily stages here in just a moment. Creed's gonna, I believe our Robot Master in Heat stage was Heatman, or Metal, yeah, so our Robot Master stages has swapped here, so Prodigy's gonna take on Metal Man, Creed's about to take on Heatman here in a moment in Metal Man's room. And Prodigy gonna do a bit of weakness hunting too for this Metal. We do know that Bubble was a good weapon for Creed, taking his last E-Tank, which I don't mind. That's a good call. Oh, I think Prodigy found a better weakness with that Metal Blade and Dumpster's Metal Man. Just like that, as Creed is about to finish off Heatman. So with that, we get to see who is up. It's Dr. Wigglesbrows himself, the best eyebrows in video games. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in our grand finals, we get to guess that dragon. So, for those of you who have never done this before, we in the Mega Man 2 Randomizer community like to play a little game as we enter Wily 1. We like to guess the color of the dragon, guess the weakness of the dragon, and as a bonus, because of the current phase of the Randomizer, maybe guess the sprite. So I'm going to go with my usual favorite pattern of purple and green, grimace looking colors. And we're going to say he's weak to... Let's understand that we would do that. I'm going to say he's weak to... we're going to say for the first save, he is weak to Kami. And you know what? I'm gonna say he is the Shades looking dragon, where I don't know if it's really shades, but he looks like he's a little angry with his eyes, eyelids a little covering up his face. Alright, so we're gonna find out momentarily here who our first, what our dragon looks like. Creed having a fun time, getting up this climb, and he's gonna refill his, item 2 there, which I don't blame him, and that's a pretty, vanilla looking dragon. You know, maybe a deeper red. And it looks like, yep, Prodigy checked this out. Just discovered this not too long ago. So pretty much what Prodigy has done is he's locked the dragon in place because the dragon thinks he's off screen. And so with that, the dragon is in range and he gets to find out what the weakness is immediately on the dragon. And just like that, the dragon's dead. Doesn't get to move back, gets to stand there and take it in the face like a champ. But yeah, the dragon for whatever reason gets stun locked like that. I mean, in fairness, with the dragon in that position, no weapon sucks against the dragon. As Creed hugs the dragon, oh no! I wonder if you can do that with, a stationary item 1, or if item 1 has to move. Either way, Prodigy is now halfway through Wily 2 now, as Creed is in there, gonna restart the climb in Wily 1 here. Alright, so it looks like our Picos are relatively vanilla, and they are one-hitter quitters with police shields. Everyone go take a nap, as Creed attempts to take on the dragon again. And let's see if he finds a different weakness, because Prodigy used Leaf Shield. Let's see, and looks like we've got Bubble, but it's not a masher. Prodigy is now into Wily 3 as we speak. And it looks like Wily cleaned down his pipes this time. As we move through Wily 3. Because, ooh, crabs. Good thing Prodigy waited just momentarily so he could clear the gap. Otherwise, I believe that would have been a trip into the abyss. As, barring... I was gonna say, barring anything major, Prodigy has a solid, tight grip on this first seed of this best-of-3 matchup between these runners. So, all things considered, it's not over. Oh, it's not over for Creed yet. And ooh, Prodigy doing it twice. The jitters. I would say it's the jitters, but you know what? It's very unbecoming of Prodigy. You know what? At this point, I would just take take 2 more deaths, reset my weapon energies, and you know what? Let's try this again. Meanwhile, Creed is coming up to Pico Pico. He's going to find out about that Lee Shield, and he's also going to take a nap. Prodigy finally making it down the drainage pipe there of Wily's stage, and yep, Creed just found out about that Lee Shield, so he's going to take a nap here as Prodigy is approaching the Guts Dozer. See what weakness this Guts Dozer is. I usually have a working theory with the Guts Dozer, that whatever weakness you find with the Guts Dozer is usually what the Guts Dozer is weak against. And we knew Creed had the bubble on that dragon. Whatever weakness used on the dragon is the weakness with the Dozer. So we know Creed used bubble on the dragon, and Prodigy, look what he used, bubble. It's usually a solid weakness. It's not 100%, but you know what? Consider the fact it works more often than not. Besides, you got 8. Besides, you got 7. No, you got 8 chances. I was about to uninclude the Buster. I was unincluding the Flash Stopper, but I was like, wait, that doesn't do damage. All right, so Prodigy going to use this item 3 to do a vertical zip. Gets it. Gonna get one more? Nope. Okay. So Prodigy is in Wily 4. Going to go through the anxiety rooms. Creed in the drainage pipes of Wily 3. At the bottom of it, I'm gonna take on the Guts Dozer. As we get ourselves some Shotman in the anxiety rooms. That's definitely a scary sight to see, especially since these Shotmen are Buster immune. Now, Prodigy is going to have an easy time with the Boo Beams, as we do know one of the weaknesses is in fact, or the weakness for the walls is in fact the Metal Blade, so Prodigy will have an easy time destroying those, and then it'll be just a matter of finding out what the Boo Beam weakness is, as Creed takes down the Guts Dozer. Looks like Prodigy is going to set up for the item 3 zip, I'm sorry. Item 3 is not going to cooperate, so you know what, at this point, it's like, you know what, I'm good. So Creed's going to start their jaunt through. I'd be careful about that, Prodigy. Don't want to shoot too many of those. Okay, I believe that'll be just enough to destroy all the Boo Beams, just in case that crash is the... Prodigy, you already know the Prodigy forgot what the wall weakness was. Okay, well, he was easily going to find it, because he was going to check wood and metal first, I assume. But it looked like for a moment there, he actually forgot what the wall weakness was. Might as well just check crash here. Okay, so the Boo Beams are not weak to crash. I was going to be worried there. Not Buster. Not heat. Air? Not air. So that means bubble. 3 bubble shots. Careful. Pause buff for the glory. There we go. And there goes the Boo Beams. Alright, so Creed's gonna go through screen 3 here, where he's gonna see that Shotman. I'm surprised he's not taking the time to... He missed the item too! Alright, so Prodigy gonna take on their refights here. As what is interesting about the randomizer for Mega Man 2 is during refights we get one track and one track only for all the fights. No boss music interruptions, just one straight track throughout the stage. Barring DJ Metal Man changing the tune, which is possible. But Prodigy gonna take down that Airman. And we find out this Bubble Man is not a hugger. Okay, I like what Prodigy is doing here. He's mashing the leaf shield and jumping with Flash to get the extra damage as opposed to firing the leaf shield into him. I like that. Alright, so Prodigy gonna take on Woodman next. Alright, so Prodigy about to take on the Machine. And it looks like the Machine did upgrade to Linux. And yep, that's a air weakness for the first half of the Machine, which I love seeing because Air Shooter could easily rip through it. Prodigy wisely taking E-Tank there. I'm gonna find the other weakness for this Machine, and we find Metal. Careful not to hug him. There we go. Down goes the Machine. Prodigy is off to the victory road. Creed started up their refights as no, Prodigy's not gonna try and not gonna crash the door to try and get to Wily. But he's just gonna make the walk. Prodigy is going to take on the alien. That's just a regular normal alien. No surprises here. And Leaf Shield was the weakness, and you can mash that Leaf Shield into the alien, and down goes the alien. And that's game 1 of the best of 3 for Prodigy, as Creed is continuing their refights here. Creed is going through his refights here. We're going to set up the race room for the next seat. Alright, folks, get those GGs into chat for LVCreed as he finishes with a race time, as he finishes his race, as we are going to move on to race number 2. Alright, let's see. Just give me a moment here, folks, as we are getting the setup going. I'm not intentionally being quiet, but you know, with me and Chungus here, kind of doing a bit of the juggle. Okay, folks, our runners are loading up their new seeds. Our settings for this race is pretty much going to be the same thing, except it's going to be zipless. So that means stage names are going to be revealed. It's 80% zipless. I'm going to make sure the dogs are ready, and then we're going to set them off and running as we get race 2 of this best of 3 Prodigy up 1-0.